Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 days of sketches, and we are working with a page map sketch, and I am going to stick pretty true to the sketch with regard to placement, but my elements are going to be completely different, and surprise, surprise, today is day 6, and I'm not doing my grandson, or a layout about my grandson. I am doing my own kids when they were young. These are like photos from maybe 2007. I want to say 2007. And they are Halloween photos. So I have pulled out some old basic gray paper and this cut file. This cut file is a cut file from the Creative Kits Club from last year in 2020. And it came white, but what I did was I stuck it in my box that I use for spraying mixed media, and I just sprayed it with my Dilutions spray in black marble, and it's not the shimmery one, it's just the plain old black marble black spray. So I did not film that for you because it wasn't very exciting, and because I did it before I realized I needed to turn the camera on. So let's just be honest there. So anyway, yeah, I went ahead and sprayed it with that, and I really like how it looks. And then I used, both of those papers are basic gray. The yellow one, I don't know if it's older or what, but it's not double-sided, but it did definitely say basic gray on the branding strip, so I'm not sure exactly what collection or anything it's from, or if it's just an older sheet or what. But most of my basic gray that I had is double-sided, so I'm not sure where that fit in. So you basically just saw me notch out the yellow paper so that it's not sticking out in the little squares behind the cut file. I didn't really want it like half of a square having that yellow in it and half of it not, so I just kind of trimmed it down. And then I decided, because this is Halloween, I wanted to go ahead and give a little added texture and dimension and messiness to my page. And I do like this look for a lot of things. I don't use it frequently, but in this particular case I thought it was very fitting because, well, I don't know, Halloween just seems to be something that you can kind of make ugly if you really want to. Not that this is necessarily ugly when it's done, but it lends itself to the Halloween theme is, I guess, the best way of putting it. So now I am going to use this die that I got, and it's from Elizabeth Craft Design. It's from her, it's like a journaling kit that she has, and I really like it. I didn't actually buy it for that die. It had some Hawaiian leaves in it, and that's what I bought it for because I'm working on my Hawaii album as well, and so I thought that would be a good way to bring in more Hawaiian leaves by having a die, and it just so happened it came with that that journal die, so that's why I used that. Now I have this black doily, and that was one that I inked up ages ago. I didn't end up liking it on the page that I inked it for, and so it went into a bin of things that I have for layering, things like vellum, things like doilies, glassine bags, all that kind of good stuff. And so I have had it for, I don't know, more than a year in my stash, and I decided to go ahead and use it on this particular layout. And then I decided the right hand side needed something additional, and so I am going to bring in that piece down there, and that is a little bit off sketch. It doesn't really have a piece going down like that, but I like the way that it looked, and so that's what I went with. And also there is in the sketch that piece that has like the title down there, so I just felt like I was kind of changing it up, changing the direction up. I am going to go ahead and put a piece of the doily down there just to bring that across. I cut that out from where it's not going to be visible because it's under the photos. And I'm liking how that looks. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue all of that down. And so these are my kids. My daughter is in a poodle skirt that we actually made for a 50s dance or it was like a father-daughter dance in Girl Scouts, and so she decided to use it as a Halloween costume. And my kids went to a lot of like Halloween parties for like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, 4-H. Our homeschool group would have one, and then they'd have trick-or-treating. So they wore different costumes for different things all in the same year, and they would, just mix them up the next year and whatever they kind of felt like wearing. So, so that's where her costume came from. My son's costume, on the other hand, was actually my dad's uniform for, it was a band uniform that he had when he was a kid. And so we still had it. We still have it. And it fit my son at this point in time. Actually, the cape thing was supposed to be a lot smaller because it's for a bigger person, but it worked out, and it was a lot of fun for him to wear that. So I thought that was interesting and kind of funny. And then I decided to pull in these Halloween die cuts. I don't know where I got those from. They were in, I believe they were in a warehouse box from Echo Park, but I don't know the name of the kit or anything because they don't have the label on them or anything. So I believe that's where they're from. So I knew I wanted to pull in that orange to each of the areas. And I felt like orange was a good match because their costumes are red and yellow, and if you mix the two, it's orange. So it kind of like lended itself to that. And there is a little bit of orange and yellow and red in that background paper, so it worked out well. So I kind of thought it went well with it, even though it wasn't particularly like anybody's wearing orange per se in the photo. But I guess when you look at it, it complements it. And then I just went through this bin of die cuts and stickers. It's like my little color boxes that I have. I went through the earth tones, and it had like this brown with orangey yellowy, I don't know, designs on them. They're just little stickers, and so I just pulled those in and added some extra layering with that, to add in some extra detailing, and I really like how that looks. I just cut those strips into like 3 or 4 pieces, actually 4 pieces, because I brought one into each little area there, including the spot that says trick or treat, which is my title. I didn't put anything additional for the title. You can tell it's Halloween. In the writing, it's going to say what event they were going to, and so I didn't really feel like I needed to put something that said like Happy Halloween or Halloween Party or anything like that on it. Now I'm using these little enamel dots, and these are like the worst enamel dots I've ever had, I think. Maybe not. What I mean by worst is they don't really stick very well, and they don't stick to the backing that they came on either. So anyway, I go ahead and glue those down, and I'm going to add my journaling, and that's pretty much going to do it. So go check out all the other ladies that are playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life this month, and in particular today. All of the links are in my description box down below, and leave a little bit of love for everybody who is playing along. And go check out the Facebook group that she has. I will leave a link to that below as well, and you can find inspiration and post your layouts there when you get those done. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.